Welcome back. Well, it's time to ask the doc. Dr. Ryan Stanton here. Good to see you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
So a lot going on right now. Radical temperature changes. Everybody's shaking down with this or that, and some questions that we need to field today. First, this one's from Christine. I took my 3-year-old daughter in for a flu shot, and they say she has to come back for a second dose. I think we'll have a hard time giving her a second shot now that she knows what's up, being 3 and all and, ready to throw down, I'm sure. If we don't get the second dose, does that mean she won't be protected? Good question.
Perfect timing on this question because we are actually starting to see a whole lot of flu symptoms. I know you mentioned it just a few minutes ago. In our emergency department, we're seeing the numbers, we're seeing the flu, we have confirmed flu, so it's out there. So everybody needs to get their vaccine. In terms of this question, what she's talking about is the second vaccine. How a vaccine works is you get the shot, which in the shot version is dead virus.
Okay.
The resistance becomes from where your body then makes a response to it and makes you immune to it.
Body learns how to fight it from that.
Yeah, and it builds up everything it needs.
Okay.
The problem is when you're young, you haven't had exposure to enough infections and enough flu to make a strong enough response to keep you immune through the season. So you need the second one to boost it, to then make your body say, I'm ready to fight off the flu.
So the second shot really is critical.
It is, and it's very important. And so what the CDC is recommending is that everybody aged 6 months to 8 years old get 2 flu vaccines. They have to be 4 weeks apart, so at least 28 days apart. They're recommending the first one be as soon as the injection comes out, which it's already out, and the second one be sometime November, so right around now.
Okay.
Now, some kids can opt out of this, so hopefully this 3-year-old is in this list. I doubt it. 1 dose of the H1N1 in 2009,
right,
and 1 of the regular flu shot at least a year before, or the 1 H1N1 and 2 doses of the seasonal flu for the super unlucky kids who got 3 shots last year.
Oh, my.
If you've had those, you can go to the CDC website and find this information so you can see if your kid qualifies. But you want to make sure that your kids are protected this year because it's a very important thing. It can be very deadly.
Yeah, and quite a lineup there. But, being the parent of young children, as am I, they're ready to throw down.
So they're ready to fight.
We just got to push through it.
They're ready to fight, and if you bring them in, we'll get security. We'll get everybody we need to come in and subdue the child.
Little restraints. Okay. Next question from Philip. Is there a strong link today between tattoos and piercings and hepatitis C?
Well, there actually is. The University of British Columbia did a study on this, actually reviewed about 120 studies, and found that throughout the world there is a significant increased risk of hepatitis C with people with tattoos. And then the more tattoos, the more risk of hepatitis C. Now, they didn't find that was exactly from the people doing the tattoos. It could be a lot of other factors, but here's what you need to get from that.
Right.
One is you need to make sure that where you go to get your tattoos is a reputable place. It's the back of somebody's car with an ink pen and
not so good.
Not so good.
Not so good. All right.
But you need to make sure that the place you go sterilizes. Just cleaning the instruments is not enough. They have to be sterilized just like we would in the operating room or in the hospital to kill those germs, kill those viruses so they don't spread. Because this is one of those things, these are the viruses that we don't have a treatment for.
Right.
We can't stop HIV. We can knock it down some. We can't get rid of hepatitis C. There's no vaccine. There's no treatment.
Deadly serious here.
So once you get it, you've got it. So you need to make sure if you're going to get a tattoo that you go to a place that's reputable and make sure they take the measures to keep you safe.
Okay. Dr. Stanton, appreciate the advice, sir, and
appreciate
good advice as always. Well, we're hearing it on the roof of the studio here, finally seeing some steady rainfall in the bluegrass. Let's check in with Mary with a look at what's happening.
That's right. Very heavy rain expected over the next several hours. We've already picked up a ½ inch of rain here in Lexington and more on the way as very windy conditions. You can see the roads are wet, so if you're heading out your lunch break, add a little extra time. I'll show you that full forecast coming right up after the break.